So let's take a minute and talk about preppers. Now, first of all, I need to start by saying that there is absolutely nothing wrong with being prepared. In fact, I would border on the prepper mentality myself, to a degree. I'm a little bit paranoid. For instance, if I walk into a building, I'm always scanning for things such as exits, threats, and other things along those lines. I mean, it's not really out of the way for me, it's just a natural response to being in an environment that I'm not comfortable with. I'm also ex-military, and as a result, I love me some guns. I've spent a lot of time educating myself in land navigation, fire starting, so on and so forth. Because I feel that it is perfectly reasonable to be prepared. To never find yourself in a situation where, if you had just taken the time to learn something, you would be fine. But since you didn't, now you gotta die. My point being is, learning survival skills and being prepared is perfectly reasonable. What's not reasonable is believing that the end times is near and demons or Russians or aliens are about to kill everyone, and as a result you need to prepare by stealing or killing or breaking the law in any way. It's perfectly legal to be crazy or stupid, but it's not legal to shoot folks and steal shit and get on my nerves. That shit's all illegal. So, as I was saying, being a prepper is not necessarily a bad thing. Being ready and knowing what to do in a potentially life-threatening event is commendable. But as with everything else that they have come in contact with, conspiratards, religitards, and UFO-tards have infiltrated their way into the prepper bone marrow. And they're now giving the community a bad name. Now, I'll get into the religitards and conspiratards in a moment. First, I want to talk about the UFO nuts. UFO nuts, as far as I'm aware, do not run around digging bunkers and then killing people. For the most part. They just make the prepper community look even more ridiculous than they already do on their own. Which, you know, that's not necessarily bad. It's kind of annoying, at least to me, because a person should never be dissuaded from learning a life-saving skill simply because it might lump them into the same category as a retard that thinks reptilians run the government. But I'm willing to bet that there are at least a few people out there who have had the opportunity to learn something that could save their or someone else's life, and neglected to do so because they didn't want to be labeled as a nut prepper. So, a quick message to UFO doomsday preppers out there. Fuck off. Nobody needs your brand of batshit. At this point, it's not even amusing. Just fuck off. And now on to the real issue, the religitards and the conspiratards. When these guys convert to preppers, which is really easy as it kind of goes hand in hand with what they already believe. For instance, many religitards believe that the end times is coming, and there will be some catastrophic event where God or Jesus or David Bowie or who the fuck ever is coming in on a comet and is about to fuck shit up and then peace the fuck out, leaving us here in abject misery. And the conspiratard community have a wide variety of lame theories that the world is run by the Illuminati, whose only goal is to kill 99% of the population, or that World War III will be any day now and it's gonna happen in our backyards, so on and so forth, which makes becoming a prepper only natural. And now here's the problem. These are unhinged people. These are people that are already emotionally, mentally, and socially off-kilter. Then, as with the prepper mentality, they recede more into their seclusion. They stockpile firearms, food, and improvised explosives as they drift deeper and deeper into insanity. Now, this is just my personal opinion here, but I believe there's a feedback loop going on that kind of leads to these violent events. So, hear me out. This is kind of what I think is happening in their heads. The world is going to end. I need to prepare. Better learn how to defend myself, and get some food and guns and gear. No, then some fucked up political shit happens, completely reaffirming their beliefs. They're all, oh shit, I was right. Glad I got this gear, better get some more. And now they're kind of crossing the lines of legality. Police are starting to take interest in their activities at this point. Oh shit, police are watching me. They're watching what I'm doing. I knew it. The feds, the demons, they're after me. I gotta get more gear. Well, now at this point, the FBI or the ATF are kind of after these fuckers, which kind of reaffirms their beliefs. Oh my god, the demons / feds / reptilians are after us all. And then one of three things happens. They either kill randoms, they shoot at or kill law enforcement, or they kill themselves, and in many cases their family. Obviously, I'm no psychologist, but I think that's exactly what's going on. The prepper mindset can send a person who is already poorly adjusted to reality into a full-on batshit feedback loop that ends in death. If you don't believe me, here are a few cases. On July 15th, 2017, a 42-year-old woman executed her boyfriend, Stephen Mineo, fucking names, with a .45 caliber Glock semi-automatic pistol at their apartment in Tobyhanna, Pennsylvania. The fucking names. According to the girlfriend, Mineo requested her to shoot him in the forehead at point-blank range. Police say he and his girlfriend, both conspiracy theorists and doomsday preppers, were ostracized by an alien conspiracy cult that embraced apocalyptic biblical themes from the Book of Revelation. Fearing the coming end of the world, Mineo was overcome with despondency leading up to his death wish. Then last summer, fearing the end times, another prepper killed 3 men near his fortified compound in Great Cacapon, West Virginia. Eric Shute, who is also a sovereign citizen, says he shot men with a .223 caliber rifle because they were cutting wood and trespassing on his land. Investigators found the telltale signs of doomsday prepper. When they searched Shute's property, they found stockpiles of food, caches of guns, and ammunition hoarding. There was also concern that Shute may have placed landmines on the property to protect its perimeter. January 17, 2015, David Crowley, an aspiring conspiracy filmmaker and screenwriter, shot and killed his wife and daughter in their home in Apple Valley, Minnesota. He then committed suicide. Crowley had been working on a feature film project called Gray State, with a storyline that revolved around a coming police state after a societal breakdown. In September 2014, Benjamin and Christy Strack of Springville, Utah murdered 3 of their 4 children with a poisonous cocktail of cold medicine and then killed themselves. Authorities later learned that the parents were worried about evil in the world and wanted to escape a pending apocalypse. Family and friends reported that the Stacks wanted to move somewhere, quote, far off the grid. Veronica Veronica D. was charged with the shooting deaths of her estranged husband and stepdaughter during a domestic dispute in Arlington, Texas. Both Veronica and her husband were members of the Three Percenters Texas militia group and had an affinity for prepping and learning survival skills. March 18, 2017, Robert L. Ofsky, O-F-C-K-Y, say it however the fuck you want, was apprehended in Sulphur Springs, Texas after eluding capture in 2014. After a domestic dispute with his wife, Ofsky fled into the woods near his home as police arrived. Police discovered several 8-inch sticks of dynamite wrapped in electrical tape, 13 rifles, and more than 1,000 rounds of ammunition, 23 magazines, booby traps, doomsday prepper supplies, miscellaneous gun parts, and a copy of the Anarchist Cookbook. On June 29, 2016, Hector M., a self-proclaimed doomsday prepper, was arrested for felony possession of weaponry. Authorities seized 23 firearms, thousands of rounds of ammunition, and suppressors, stun guns, body armor, and a flare launcher from his residence. April 21, 2016, Ruben DeHaan, a sovereign citizen and doomsday prepper, was arrested in Cleveland County, North Carolina, and charged with tax evasion. A search of DeHaan's property yielded a multi-room bunker in his yard with 80 firearms, suppressors, ammunition, various components that could be utilized to make destructive devices, a significant amount of food and beverages, as well as 2 2,000-gallon water tanks. On January 17, 2015, for unknown reasons, Ted Lancer started shooting at his neighbors in Buchanan, Michigan. He later lit his mobile home on fire and fatally shot himself. Firefighters had trouble extinguishing the flames because of ammunition exploding from the fire. Neighbors said Lancer was a doomsday prepper and would order 300 rounds of ammunition regularly. 2014, Tyler Smith, owner of Spartan Survival, was charged with a felony possession of firearms in Buckley, Washington. Smith, the guy who appeared on National Geographic series Doomsday Preppers, also reportedly bragged about his plans to steal other Doomsday Prepper supplies, including firearms, when the end times did arrive. So here's my message to you preppers out there. Keep prepping. There's literally no reason not to, unless you're crazy. Then go get some help. For the love of science, get some help. Conspiratards and religiotards, you get some help too. Stop being idiots, stop thinking you have a better grasp on reality than, well, everyone, because you don't. So stop and get some help. UFO-tards, fuck off, you insipid pieces of shit. You infect literally everything with your stupid shit. Stop fucking up the world. Okay, and while I'm on this, here's some bonus content. This wasn't really part of the plan, but so UFO-tards. I was watching this documentary, like a legitimate documentary, not some shit made up in some basement somewhere, about these Swedish treasure hunter dudes. They'd found some big-ass item underwater and they couldn't figure out what the fuck it was. That shit was interesting. But as the documentary ended, they hadn't had a chance to get a core sample. And they were kind of planning on coming back, but it was the end of the documentary. You didn't get to see what the fuck was going on. I was super hyped about this. I decided I needed to know what the fuck was up. So I started searching for follow-up material. You know, Google, that thing. And the web is littered with your stupid, ignorant, retarded bullshit. Literally everything I found was some dipshit talking about crashed UFOs or dormant aliens or gates to hell. Fuck off. Fuck off. I fucking hate you. You seep like rancid baby food into every single crevice you can find. You ruin everything. Fuck off. Okay. So I'm done. What do you guys think about the prepper community? Comment. Let's talk about this. And don't forget to like if you liked it, and subscribe for more of this nonsense. Alright? Peace, fuckers.